Today we're taking a look at these NCAAF matches, which are happening on Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Miami vs Ohio. Miami is averaging 23.8 points per game. They are throwing for 239.5 yards and rushing for 148.9 yards per game. AJ Mayer has completed 54.4% of his passes for 946 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Kane Mosey leads the team with 342 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, while Jack Sorensen leads the team with 703 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. Miami has done a better job defensively, giving up 22.3 points per game. They gave up 17 points in their last game and will need a similar effort if they want to get the win. Ohio is averaging 21.1 points per game. They are throwing for 166.8 yards and rushing for 193.4 yards per game. Curtis Rourke has completed 69.1% of his passes for 962 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. DeMonter Tuggle leads the team with 553 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns, while Ty Walton leads the team with 277 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Ohio has also struggled defensively, giving up 31.1 points per game. They gave up 34 points in their last game and will need to play better if they want to win this game. Our first betting advice is to pick Miami -7. For the season, the Bobcats are 116th in the FBS in passing offense with 166.8 yards per game through the air. Ohio is 38th in rushing offense as they put up 193.4 yards per game on the ground. The Bobcats are 111th of the 130 teams that have played in the FBS in scoring offense, as they average 21.1 points per contest this season. Ohio is just 103rd in scoring defense as they allow 31.1 points per contest. Curtis Rourke, the younger brother of former Bobcat starting QB Nathan Rourke, is 105 of 152 passing for 962 yards with 4 touchdowns and 4 picks this season. He adds 135 yards and 3 scores on the ground. Former UNLV quarterback Armani Rogers is 27 of 44 passing for 334 yards plus an interception, while adding 459 yards plus 6 scores, including a 99-yarder against Buffalo, on the ground. DeMonter Tuggle leads the team on the ground with 91 carries for 553 yards plus 5 scores. O'Shawn Allison contributes 76 carries for 303 yards as the second back in the system. Ty Walton has reeled in 25 passes for 277 yards and 2 scores to lead the team. Cameron Odom, 20 catches, 263 yards, and Ryan Luerman, 14 grabs, 150 yards, are the only other players with at least 150 receiving yards this season. Steven Johnson has hit 12 of 14 extra point attempts and 10 of 14 on field goals, with a long of 44 this year. Tristan Vandenberg has hit all 3 extra point attempts while missing his lone field goal try this year. Our second betting advice is to pick over 52.5. Ball State vs Akron. Pitt had 7 TDs and no picks in the previous 3 games, which were all wins. The team has a good WR core with a trio of Justin Hall, 506 yards 4 TD, Jayshon Jackson, 480 yards 2 TD, and Yahanes Tyler, 310 yards 4 TD. Carson Steele, 428 yards 5 TD, is the lead RB, and after rushing for 138 yards, he only rushed for 49 yards in the last game. Akron has struggled on D this season, and their run defense only ranks 126th in the nation. QB DJ Irons had a game to forget, only going 5/13 for 66 yards with no TD and an int, and while he rushed for 54 yards, he only averaged 2.2 yards per carry and fumbled the ball 4 times, losing 3 of them. Oh yeah, he was sacked 10 times as well and is a mobile QB. Irons is also the leading rusher for the team with 300 rushing yards, but is only averaging 3.3 yards per carry. He is joined in the backfield by RB Jonzel Norrells, 287 yards 1 TD, who had a monster game even in the bad loss to Buffalo, rushing for 155 yards, including a 74-yard TD run. Kanata Mumpfield, 495 yards 6 TD, and Michael Matheson, 401 yards 2 TD, are the top two receivers, and after having 2 games with at least 106 receiving yards, Mumpfield only had 36 in the last game. Ball State ranks 49th in the nation defending the pass and 81st defending the run. Our first betting advice is to pick Ball State -20. The Zips are 3-5 against the spread, and their lone outright win over an FBS team came 3 weeks ago against Bowling Green as a 2-touchdown underdog. Overs are 4-3-1 for Akron after its last game went narrowly under the betting total of 58.5 points to snap a run of 2 straight overs. It hasn't been pretty for Akron on either side of the ball, with the offense averaging 19.9 points and 336.1 yards per game. The Zips defense ranks in the bottom 5 nationally in scoring at 38.9 points per game allowed, with opponents racking up an average of 449.1 yards per contest. Irons has been the focal point of the offense, completing 72 of 110 pass attempts for 829 yards, 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, while also leading the Zips in rushing with 87 carries for 305 yards and 2 scores. Kanata Mumpfield has been a standout with 41 receptions for 495 yards and 6 touchdowns. Jess Lord-Bowden, a transfer linebacker from Michigan State, is the leader of the Zips defense with 58 tackles, including 8 for a loss, along with 2 sacks. Our second betting advice is to pick over. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Eastern Michigan vs Toledo. The Eastern Michigan Eagles have been a decent defensive team this season as they are giving up 24.9 points per game. In their previous game against the Bowling Green Falcons, they allowed 24 points on 374 total yards of offense, 244 passing, 130 rushing. They did a great job of forcing punts as the Falcons went 6 of 14 on third down attempts. The rushing attack has been doing well as they are averaging 4.8 rushing yards per attempt in this game. Expect a nice defensive game from Eastern Michigan here. Our first betting advice is to pick Toledo, -8.5, and our second betting advice is to pick under.